life is artwork. You might not understand this. The way that I spit is like putting strokes on the canvas. Taking notes of all the urban cries. Put it down, materialize, then watch as the paint dries. Better bet the ink, cause every time I think it's time to keep afloat while these other cats sing. No Titanic, too over dramatic. I feel like new edition in the brain now. Tell me, can you stand it? With each word I'm building me a steeple. And if you open my works up, there you'll find my cathedral. You got your wood stains, a little glass paint, but it all tell a story, man. Think that it can't. Where I come from, it's deer hunters and street guns. So I spray these words like the Uzi weighs a ton. It's that heavy. I'm pouring this out from my heart to give you the truth. The way that you see is art. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Scripture, better yet, my mission is to visualize and give the world vision. Work to heal the streets with a little audio heat and smooth it all out over laid back beats. A to the R to the T, Wisco flow. Like you're in a gallery and see a Picasso. But this ain't Picasso, baby. Even though it's like Jake, cause it's gonna drive the world crazy. This is for those that buy you really looking. I heat it up for Instagram and Pinterest cooking. So acrylic, every time that I spit it, my foliage show that I all get it. Speaking of, this art get wows and awes, like a masterpiece that's up in the halls. Everything is so realistic, but better yet, man, yo, it's so artistic, cause now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. My glaze hand bring the pick on home. I'm just an artiste in the Midwest zone. Now it's a lot of cats that paint, but they ain't making art, cause they be lying from the very start. So I make it a point that I paint what I feel, cause I know deep inside what I feel is all real. And this exhibit don't end till I say so. Sincerely yours, Michael Tangelo. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a bitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. It's all artwork, baby. Welcome to my masterpiece, theater. Now you can go on and get a bootleg of it if you need to, you know what I'm saying? You can hang it on your wall, you don't even need a frame.
Real Bravado Network, and we address Black relationships from an image perspective. Image impacts and influences your life and life experiences. It also determines how you are treated and influence how people interact with you. Image is the reputation that you are known for, which includes your behaviors, your character, and your appearance. There's nothing more damaged than the image of the Black man in America. The Real Bravado Network's next phase of development with our live stream, Have the Conversation, will focus on his image. The Real Bravado Network will be asking, how can a Black man be a leader of his community and home when the vast majority of Black men have never been led? Leadership is taught and a skill that needs coaching, development, and refinement. Over the next few months, we will complete a forensic examination of his image. Please join the Real Bravado Network on YouTube, where we dare to be the bold, not silent.
Welcome to the essence. Sit back, relax, vibe with me. Slides by choice. You know? Yeah, yo, I hit the world with the change up. Now I'm chillin' like Kirk Schilling when it's time to raise the stakes up. My banks, money, makeup. Big D's is back like Jordan, just to come to change the game up. Teddy P with my wake up, precise like electric scales. When the KB flake up, monotony break up. Lick the board up one roll like it was a whole chunk breaker. Swing or get swung on, dug or get dug on, play or get played on, fade or get fade on. I'm from West Coast, so it's known as the dough. Hot topics plus melodics make a pack dance flow. From nothing to this, a playlist, state of bliss, spit venom in eyes like to Jerry with the green mist. Vision is light, rode inside of one night. My bad, you're doing that cause you're in the vibe ride.
Just jumping off with me. Street has a play to shake. Just slide now, tell me can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change. Trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that?
This is the maze of a soulful blaze, and D's keeps hands raised like it was a song of praise. It's on for days, and the nights is even better cause the sun always shines in stormy weather. It's for heavy yellow residents. Present and past, slow or fast, it's the voice that I represent. Vibe makes it evident, and the Midwest status, of course, makes it even more relevant. Rap games through a sky, highlights out the box. Word breaks out of bodies like a case of the speaker's box. From the meanest blocks to jazzy reaper spots, dance clubs, beauty shops, beside the halls and truck stops. Believe it or not, this whole moment's a glamour shot. Duke your cats, cause the shit'll get off the pot. Little voice in my head, so show 'em what you got. Take 16 bars and put the game on lock.
Just jumping off with me. Street has a play to shake. Just slide now, tell me can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change. Trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that?
The game goes back and forth, and teams bring order like cases in just Mathis court. I rhyme some sport, you know. And a 10 plus rap rating means I got dime support. I hold the fort, get too deep to abort. Now Taylor's getting older, I ain't coming up short. Now we bust till we break bones, cause it's the future riding on what I spit in microphone. My voice bouncing off the time zones. Since I'm trying to be your more listeners' ears than dial tones. Reception is crystal clear, especially with a gap of longevity beyond a year. It's all real, I'm on a master plan. In that, build your squad around me like I'm Elton Brand. Put up 20 and 10, cause I'm a grown man. Plus the vibe is love, like an Isaac caravan.
Just jumping off with me. Street has a play to shake. Just slide now, tell me can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change. Trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that vibe? Just jumping off with me. Street has a play to shake. Just slide now, tell me can you feeling that vibe?
Hey, Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah.
All cleaned and oiled.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
That's that Babe Ingram right there, man. And when it all fall down, lay forward. Hard to see forward, no longer ignore it. Some folks talk value about the statue, but when our lives seem to have more value, we come in peace just to get some peace. A cry for justice pouring out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a code of mama, don't raise no fools. Now I be doggone it, time to change the rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down on bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched, but when we speak up, it said we doing too much. And if you say that you don't get what this about, we ask to throw a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Give us a book, so we had the book. Silo Harriet systems are hating that us stole the book now. We just been saying it's not a good look. Started to catch it on tape, post live on the book. So what's finna happen now? It's all on the table. Tired of the lies and we tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given a turn, then we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we earn. So let's talk about it. 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 Midwest living make it hard to live. How you remain positive through the negative. The great migration, subliminal frustration. It's like we moved up north to a new plantation. Some do their best just to kill our dreams. Like no white tees, caps and sagging jeans. Why don't you go and just say what you mean? No place for us, so we can't have a scene. We need black spots like we need black props. More wealth in the hood, more black shops. More health in the hood, more black docs. More black
all right, y'all.
More black stocks. More thriving, build it up with all black blocks.
Thank you.
It's about time, like it's all
Thank
black
you.
blocks. It's about time that we even
Welcome everyone to the Real Bravado Network, your reliable hub for those who dare to be bold and not silent. We are a Black issues driven channel. We attack Black issues over here, especially the issues that keep Black folk from being together. My name is TJ, and I'm going to be your facilitator on this journey today. And this is your afternoon drive of Have the Conversation. Before we get started, can everyone please do me a huge favor?
acknowledge me.
Right on. Acknowledge the Real Bravado Network. Hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Engage in the comment section. This is new territory for me, y'all. I'm here in the afternoon. We're going to make some slight changes over here on the Real Bravado Network. Listen, I'm at 4,300 subscribers, and I need to get the 5K by the end of the month. And I have been so wanting to get the 5K that I took off work for a month. And over here, we're going to be doing at least 3 to 4 days a week of doing double streaming. I'm going to stream in the afternoon with a 30-minute reaction on the issues at hand. And then at night, we're going to do our regular full stream live stream. Listen, today is going to be our first 30-minute take, but today is going to be our first day of 2 days, or we're probably going to do 3 days of reacting to something that the AngryMan did. And we're calling it Black Men Have a Decision to Make. And let me tell you guys something. I'm going to talk a little bit specifically about the AngryMan real quick. So I've been trolling around YouTube now for about a year. before I even decided to start my own channel, stuff like that. And, I really, get to hear, and I've been able to get behind the scenes, and people just talk trash about people, not fully understanding people. Listen, those of you that are listening to me or those who will hear the replay, please understand something. As humans, we are all not one thing. We are all more than one thing. And sometimes as human beings, we are a complete contradiction in terms, and we have to extend grace and mercy for that. But a lot of people, have had whatever their thoughts is about the AngryMan, which, let me tell you something. The brother has 500,000 subscribers. So somebody somewhere is on board with this brother's message. And what I decided to do is, I've reached out to many content creators about either, trying to help me develop, help me grow, mentorship, or me even reacting to their videos or reacting to their content. Let me tell you something. If most YouTubers, if they got anything over 5 or 10,000 subscribers, most of them cats, men and women, they will not respond to you. They won't even say, hey, I got your message. They won't say, oh, screw you. They won't say nothing. They just kind of leave you out there in the cold. And I think that's and they on here talking about professionalism and professional development and all this other stuff and your character and stuff like that. But you can't even be kind enough to give a simple no. Something. I am not like that. I mean, I might not always be able to respond like within the first day, but anybody who emails me, reaches out, sends a comment on anything that I do, I respond right away because I think that's character. So I reached out to AngryMan after he did this live stream last week, and with no anticipation of this brother responding to me. And this man responded to me within a few hours. And let me tell you something. That email that he sent me, that note that he sent me, was probably one of the most kind and encouraging and positive and supportive messages that I have ever received from a content creator. And it wasn't like no 1-line or 2-line email. This brother sent me a 4-paragraph email. I mean, it was fucking fantastic. Getting that kind of email, that kind of support, that kind of encouragement, even with me having a small channel. So for that, I am very appreciative of that. And let me tell you something. Over here, there's this thing called fair use. Basically, we can take anybody's content that we want, and as long as we change it in some way or use it, as provide commentary, we can use it. We don't need the other person's permission as long as we're not ripping it off entirely. And so, but what I tend to do is I'm going to use somebody's content. I'll drop them a note, letting them I'm going to, I don't let them know I'm going to use it. I actually ask for permission, even though I don't have to. I ask for permission. And if I don't hear back from them, I typically won't use it the way I'm going to use this particular piece of content today. And I do it as a courtesy, and to show respect, because people create their content and they put in their hard work. And when you're reacting to somebody else's content, that's their work. And you want to provide some respect, for their work. And every now and again, I'll sit up there and I will go ahead and then drop them, a little love. Thank you for letting me do that. So I did that for AngryMan, and I appreciate AngryMan and for what he has, his kind words and him allowing me to react to what he the content that he used. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna do almost the entire stream, but we're gonna do it over a couple days. Today, our afternoon streams are only gonna be about 30 minutes. Okay. Well, I shouldn't say 30 minutes, because if that's the case, it's 20 minutes in. And but when we start the reaction part, we're gonna do that for 30 minutes. Okay. And we got a countdown clock and everything. We're gonna get going on that. But today's topic is let me just get into it. I got something for you guys that I want to play you guys real quick. Hold on a second. That's gonna get us started. This is a clip from I think what's his name? Pierce Morgan, and I want you guys to take a look at this.
Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, you know, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
You know, that's to get us started today with today's topic today. Angry Black Man did a stream. Let me go back and get the actual name of the stream. Hold on a second. The name of the stream that I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you guys to go. Even though we're gonna react to it over the next couple of days, I am also encouraging people to go back and watch this full stream. Here it is, guys. I'm just dropping it in the chat from AngryMan. The name of the stream is "Should Black Men Walk Away?" And today today's part one of "Do Black Men Have a Decision to Make?" Black men, we have a decision to make. And Jordan Peterson, you know, the fact that Piers Morgan almost wanted to somewhat make fun of that emotional response to about the disenfranchisement of men in general, but we're talking about Black folk over here. And I pulled that clip because the sentiment is the same over here. So let me kind of get into this a little bit, okay? So life, let's talk about life a little bit. You know, life is really a series of choices. And, you know, often the decisions we must make are straightforward, and some of them some of them require very little introspection. But occasionally we are confronted with choices that not only challenge our core beliefs, but also force us into a corner where the right path becomes shrouded in doubt. Just stick with me for a minute. Today, I want to talk about the internal conflict that Black men face when deciding between two difficult choices. Sometimes, you know, these choices can stem from like a moral dilemma, a spiritual conundrum, the historical, cultural things, and they can weigh heavily on a Black man's emotional health at times. And the thread of life often weaves intricate patterns with love and respect, and serving as two of the most vibrant qualities or colors or things that we seek. And the confluence of these of this kind of a thread often presents dilemmas that challenges us at our core as Black men. The subject we delve into today is crucial for the choices that Black men may have to face when his dignity and love appear to be at odds with one another. So to preserve his life respect, sometimes Black men have to make or come up with the question of should he turn his back on Black women. making the choice to leave can lead to feelings of failure and disappointment, and we might battle guilt for even thinking about such a thing. But do Black men stay in a one-sided relationship? And I'm talking about not on an individual level, I'm talking about as a collective. Do we stay in a one-sided relationship that is in complete conflict with what we believe versus what we're receiving? Society often burdens, men with the expectation of being the pillar of strength in a relationship or the pillar of strength in their community, and the struggle between maintaining dignity, respect, and preserving this inherent need to be with our women have placed us under intense pressure, and leaving or contemplating, and I'm talking specifically about the save yourself Black man movement. You see this movement and this term all across YouTube right now. And when you hear it coming out of these men's mouth, it's very cavalier. Black men, go save yourself. But what they're not doing, what they're failing to do when they say that, is go into why they're saying it and where that's coming from. Yes, there is this movement, save yourself Black men. And we're taking it as a joke. And our ladies look at this movement as just another thing to roll their eyes at, and they sit there and not take it seriously, all while the Save Yourself Black Man movement has also created the Passport Bro movement. And our women are just not taking the cry seriously. All they're seeing is men complaining, which to me, in my opinion, is another example of our women not, as a group, not accepting why such a large group of men have adopted Save Yourself Black Man. But then came along, I think, one of the most profound live streams of the year. A lot of us remember the live stream where Kevin Samuel talked about Black men can't get a Black woman to even smile at him. Of all of the live streams, of all of the viral moments, of all of the ooh dang he got you moments on Kevin Samuels' channel and throughout his tenure, that particular live stream, that when he addressed why Black men cannot even get a simple smile from a Black woman, resonated heavily throughout the lexicon of Black men, because every last one of us, and this is one of those rare moments where we can say all of us have had that same sentiment, and we have experienced the scowl from a Black woman simply because we said hello. How you doing, ma'am? Good morning. I deal with this every day on my night job. One of my jobs, I work a 12-hour overnight shift. And every morning I'm seeing the influx of these sisters walk in the building as I'm walking out, and I'm saying, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I may pass 40 or 50 Black women on the way out the door, and maybe one or two will speak back. That was just today. That stream that Kevin Samuels did was incredibly identifiable for the overwhelming majority of all black men. The stream that AngryMan did, is it time for black men to walk away, was one of those. And we're going to take the time to break that down. Now, everybody, if I'm just going to, if those of you have not hit the like button, hit the like button, share my streams, let people know I am on a march to 5K. I am at 4,300 and I'm on a march to 5K. That is my goal. We will be here tomorrow, same time for the same 30-minute talk. We will be here again on Monday, same time for the 30-minute talk, because this particular live stream that AngryMan did deserves more than one day and one conversation about this, and we're going to break it down. And he did such an eloquent job of going through that question. But even in that, I'm going to be providing some additional information that he, not that he forgot about, because he didn't forget. There's only so much like that one can actually, cover on a stream. But it was so eloquent. But I'm going to give you some things that I noticed, and please participate on this one as well. This one was something to behold. Okay. Without further ado, but first, let me go ahead and let you guys see right here is our, let me back it up. We're going to start our 30-minute countdown on this, okay? Everybody see where we're at. We got 29 minutes. Let's get into it. This is only part one. We're not going nowhere. We're going to take our time on this one, but all we got is 30 minutes today. Hold on a second.
Oh, this is a really important topic. And I'm not even going to front. I got to talk about this with a heavy heart, because I never thought I would be this adamant about this particular topic. I always felt like there was hope. I always felt like things could be turned around. I always felt like it could be reversed.
I know we just got into this, but I want to stop this for a second. Those of you that watch AngryMan, at least all you need to do is watch one or two of his streams. He's high energy. He's loud, which is okay. We say that black men, it's not okay for black men to be loud. It's more than okay for black men to be loud. He's high energy. He's fired up. And he's insistent in his tone. Right off the back, he's pausing. He's thinking about his next set of words. He's making sure he chooses them correctly. This is all happening because much like most black men, there is a profound sense of guilt to even think about turning our backs on a black woman or a black woman in general. We're not programmed that way to even consider it, no matter the behavior, no matter how much we're marginalized, no matter how much we've been dragged, no matter the lack of respect that we get, no matter how much blame we get for things that we didn't do. Ain't that right, Dr. Umar? Just in those first few seconds of him talking, you can hear the absolute trepidation in where he's about to go. Let's get back to it.
But I'm at the point now where I'm realizing it can't. And I'm going to break down for y'all why it can't be reversed. Shout out to Angela. Appreciate you. So, First off,
notice the pausing. If you watch anything with AngryMan, he does not pause like this. This man is conflicted about what he's about to say. And most black men who gives a damn about black women most black men, let me tell y'all something, want black women. And he's conflicted with even the idea of what he's about to say. To the point, I gotta pause. I gotta choose my words correctly. Let me search. Let me fire up my cigar. This man is he is where most black men are right now. We are conflicted and we have a decision to make, and it's a tough decision. And most do not respect the conflict that comes with making such a decision.
I want to say rest in peace to David Carroll. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace to Alan Roger Curry. I would have did a show about Alan. He was a friend of mine. But every time I do a show about a fallen comrade in this space, people want to troll me and say that I'm showing fake love. So I chose to mourn for him privately instead of publicly. But I do want to say rest in peace to him. He gave me a lot of tips when it came to being an author. I was one of his Patreons for a while. And he was a cool brother. He was a cool brother. Shout out to Egg64. He said, this finna be heavy. I can feel it. But have at it, bro. Yeah, it's about to be heavy. So with that being said, let me make a statement. To all of the men out here right now that are in relationships with a good black woman, whether you're in just a regular long-term relationship, or better yet, whether you're dating, whether you're in a long-term relationship, or whether you're in a marriage, if you found you a good woman, congratulations. And consider yourself lucky that you were able to pluck some good fruit from these trees that obviously have been rotting for a very long time. So
let me point out something real quick. AngryMan has no dog in this fight. He's a married man. He doesn't have a dog in this fight, but I believe he cares enough about the overall community to even address this issue. I just want to point that out. A black man who does not have a dog in the fight, he got his woman and gone. But there's so many men out here, including married men, that's out here in these spaces because the majority of black men are not don't have a woman. Contrary to popular belief that most black women think that the majority of black men have multiple women, that is an absolute lie. That is an absolute lie. I wouldn't say lie. Misunderstanding of the facts.
for all of the brothers that are still single, when it comes to the black community and when it comes to black love, I think you need to abstain. I think you need to walk away for good. Now, I mentioned 3 people at the beginning of this conversation. I want to highlight one in particular. When Kevin Samuels first came to this space, he came to this space as a image consultant. And when he came to this space, he wasn't welcomed with open arms. But BGS Ibmore saw the value in what he could offer and wanted Kevin to show these fellas how to level up on numerous levels. But they didn't like him. Now, while Kevin was in this space, he attempted to help the fellas. A lot of them rejected what he was saying. And he didn't realize that wasn't really his lane.
You know, people don't understand that, you know, yeah, Kevin was rejected. His message was rejected by men and women alike, black men and black women alike. Anytime, you have to understand something. We all have been subjected to one specific set of programming for 50 years. Now, a lot of us ain't been on the planet 50 years, but for the last 50 years, especially the last 25 years, which the majority of the people that listen to me and others on this YouTube thing in this space have been around longer than that. We all rejected it because we were all raised by our single mothers, and we all identify with our mothers. You cannot talk to a black man about his mother. I mentioned on one of my live streams, one of the hardest things that a black man has to understand and face is that his mother ain't nothing but a woman with the same issues, trappings, mindsets, behaviors, programming as any other woman that is not his mother. Some of us got hoes for mothers. Some of our mothers are fucking thought rockets. But you tell a guy that his mama's a damn thought rocket, even though he's one of 6 and his father is one of 4. But he want to fight you and pretend like his mama's not a damn thought rocket. That's one of the reasons why Kevin Samuels was initially rejected by men and men alike, because we were programmed, conditioned, including AngryMan. He's no different. That's why you see the struggle and the hesitation. We're all programmed to protect the image and the narrative about our black women, even though they fucking lying about black men don't protect black women. That's all the fuck we do is protect black women, even when it cost us our lives. Idris Elba last week almost got unalived by trying to protect some black woman, interfering in some stuff that he really didn't understand. Yes, Kevin got rejected because by men. You essentially were asking men to accept something that they've only known their whole life. Of course, they're gonna outright reject it. How do you tell a black man your mama's a hoe? And that's the woman that, you know, kiss you at night with dick on her breath, kiss you at night, feed you, take you to work, fight for you, clothe and bathe you, hug you, kiss you, told you were special when you weren't. Of course they rejected it. We're programmed that way.
Really wasn't his lane. But he found his lane. His lane was schooling and educating the women on how to improve and level up so that they would be able to get the type of husband that they wanted. And what he was trying to teach them, had they listened to him, would have given them the ability not just to get a husband, but to get a good man, to get a top tier guy. And black women hated him for it. All the way up until the day he died. And after his unfortunate passing,
Jason, I hope I pronounced your name right. Yeah, it took me most of my life to accept the truth that my mom's was for the street. Still love her though. Yeah, you can still, man, look, two things can be true. You can love your mama and she can be a bona fide fucking hoe. Look, I can't deny what my mother is because her arrest record is public knowledge. I can't deny the 8 counts of prostitution. It's embarrassing when you're in high school and your boys on the football team and on the track team and on the wrestling team know what the fuck your mama is. What about that when you going against other schools in the sports and in a small town and they know what your mama is? What do you think that's going to do? I had to learn at an early age what mine was. Come on now. If you a black man and you in the house, you got 4, 5 siblings and y'all got 3, 4 different baby daddies, I hate to break the fucking news to you. Your mama's a fucking thought rocket. I didn't expect to go there with this, but damn.
they celebrated. Now, regardless of some of the foul things that I've heard black women say about black men, you will never come to my show and see me celebrate anybody's death.
Hold on, got to pay some bills real quick.
I wasn't raised that way.
Got to do some acknowledgement. Hold on a second. This is for you.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yep, with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Anybody that donates, let me tell y'all something. You know, I invest all of the dollars right back into the channel, whether it be equipment or even trying to get permission to use things or to get guests on or whatever it is I got to do. But I appreciate the super chat. It encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. And also shout out to the 3D radio for the $2 super chat. I saw the $10 that you did earlier, but I'm trying to roll through this because I want to keep to the new format for the afternoon, 30-minute reaction in and out. So I appreciate you guys, and please keep supporting. Tell a friend and tell a friend, tell a friend. I'm over here trying to be honest. Let me tell you something. Just because I'm being honest about some shit, that don't mean I don't go through the same things. That don't mean I don't express the same things. I decided to react to AngryMan's stream on this one because of how it impacted me. Because I wanted to do a whole live stream on the very thing that he's talking about, but this brother did it better. And I'm not so arrogant as to think that I'm the only. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger. And that's what a lot of people didn't understand about Kevin Samuels. They were angry at Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels said nothing new throughout his entire run. He was just the messenger that people finally clued into. Finally clued into. It's sometimes the messenger. So we can all have the same message, but sometimes it'll resonate better coming from a specific person. And AngryMan did this subject extremely well. And now I ain't got to spend 5 hours putting the whole stream together to do it myself. When a man who did it better, I can actually say he did it better and come out and provide some commentary on what I already felt. One more time. Here we go.
The money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Out to Almond Eyes with the $5 super chat. Thank you, lady. Oh my God, I appreciate this. Men, you must be honest about what the women in your life are and move accordingly. It will change your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's nothing left to be said about that. Absolutely. And we got to be honest. I mean, what AngryMan is talking about, which we haven't even gotten into it all the way yet, but the heaviness in which he's talking about this AngryMan normally live streams for about 3 hours or better. This was like an hour and a half live stream, y'all. That's all this was an hour and a half live stream. And it was just so, and you can tell how exhausted, emotionally drained he was by the end of it, which we'll get a chance to see. Hold on a second.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Mr. Cooley with the $3 super chat. Super sticker. Appreciate it, brother. You always in there in my comments, keeping me encouraged that I'm doing the right thing. And I gotta give some shout out to my homeboy. You know who I'm talking about?
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Yes, right. Mr. Bang! Bang! It's good himself. The Do Better podcast, Theo. Thank you, brother, for the 10 bones and stopping through. Remember, everybody, as I said at the beginning, I am on a march to 5K by the end of August. So I'm going to be here. I done took off work. I done cleared my schedule. So I'm going to be up on it. I'll be back tomorrow, but also next week I'm going to be streaming around this time, around 1 o'clock, about 4 days next week, but also 2 days next week. I'm going to be streaming at my normal time in the evening, and we're going to start a series this entire month. We're going to be dealing with, on our long form channel, we're going to be dealing with a very heavy subject, which is going to be the rise and death of Black families, which is going to be an educational piece. And you know, if the one thing you can do if you want to tune Black people out is to try to educate them. But we're going to take this what we're doing during the afternoon, and we're going to springboard it into a full education that's going to take 4 long form streams to get to do, which is the rise and death of the Black family. Notice I didn't say fall. I absolutely said death, because there is no more Black family. 9 minutes, y'all. Come on.
That is egregious to do. Whether you agree or disagree with the person's ideology, their opinions, or their position on whatever topic, right? But I was shocked at the way they celebrated the passing of a man who was really just trying to help them. Now, did he give some harsh words? Yeah. But I believe those harsh words were warranted. Not to mention the fact that I do believe he was able to successfully get quite a few people married. And when he passed, there was a lot of people looking to see who was going to take his place. You know, somebody to fill those shoes.
I heard Obsidian say this very thing, the question of who was going to take Kevin Samuel's place, and Obsidian said, well, it's going to be me. Okay, Obsidian, you got to do better about your who you get behind and who you align with, and supporting a person like Pearl, what's her name? Pearl Davis, or whatever the hell her name is, just Pearly Things. Nah, bruh. We good. We good with that. I like, you know, I was talking about one time, I said, you know, we don't always have to agree in order to be a part of things. When I thought about Obsidian a lot, how I disagreed with a couple of his things, and you can do that. And then I've seen streams with Obsidian, and they were absolute brilliant. So I'll say that.
To attempt to help these women so that we could get Black love back.
Yes. Theo Obsidian said it was going to be him. Yep, he did.
On track so that we could get the community back on track.
Oh, the stream that he said that on, Theo, he said that on the stream where he was, he featured Media Man. He reacted to Media Man, Media Man's one of Media Man's thing about Kendra G. So it was like a day or so ago. So you could go actually check it out that he actually said it, and that was the stream he said it on.
But nobody's going to replace him. Obsidian used to refer to him as Saint Kevin. And I've said oftentimes that out of everybody, Kevin was the nice one. But I'm here to tell you right now, whether you agree or not, whether you believe it or not, Kevin came with the olive branch. I'm coming with the sword.
I said what I said.
And I'm going to tell you why. When I'm on TikTok looking for videos to react to, I have never in my life seen so many Black women say some of the most hateful things I have ever heard in my life when it comes to Black men. Now, on the flip side, I don't see a lot of Black men saying hateful things about Black women. And the reason why is because it's not going to be tolerated on no platform.
What AngryMan is doing right here, and I know he's talking about Kevin Samuels, stuff like that. This is laying a foundation. This is laying a foundation for where he's going to go. Because remember, the name of his stream it's a question. Is it time for Black men to walk away? So he's walking through some of the behaviors, the responses, the attitudes and stuff like that. Is it time for Black men to walk away? And I'm asking the question, Black men, do we have a decision to make? Is it time? And is it time to make that decision? Just like he struggled with even proposing this question, it's a struggle to even entertain that thought, because intellectually we know the answer to that. But here's the conundrum. How do you walk away from somebody who look like your sister, your mama, your grandmother? How do you do that? That conundrum, that pull. When we look at, and I'm going to use you, Messy Michon. When we look at a Messy Michon and we hear a Messy Michon talk, and we see a Messy Michon walk, or we see a Mona D talk, we see a Mona D walk, how do you as a Black man entertain or an Almanize or a Bella Rings? Shout out to Bella Rings. I call her, I'm part of the Bella Army. Bella is expecting a kid really soon with her husband. How does you Black men look at those women and go, yeah, I'm good? From an emotional standpoint, it's a effing conundrum. How do you wrap your head around, your heart around that? Because intellectually, the question is a straight, it's a yes or no. And from the what you see playing out before you, from what Messy Michon goes through on her lives and on her channel, and what she points out, the answer is very clear. Yeah, you walk away, but it's not as cut and dry about that, because what is the number one thing we're supposed to do as Black men, as a man? That is to protect and provide for our woman. And for black men for the question to be posed, is it time for black men to walk away? Do we have a decision to make? It rips and attacks who black men are at their core, despite how cavalier you hear people on and other men on YouTube and other platforms just talking to just say, black men, go your own way. It's easy to say that. It's another thing to do it. And are we at the point where we need to do it?
Any platform where black men say hateful, misogynistic things about women, they basically will get rid of it. Sonny D said, "You scaring me." Why am I scaring you? When I say coming with the sword, I'm talking about metaphorically, not talking about violence. Talking ideologically. But it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Now, I'm going to show you some clips of some of the things that they've said.
Coolly, I wanted to address this real quick. You know, the ladies like Mona D, Messy Michonne, Bella Reins, yes, they are outliers today. 30, 40 years ago, they were not. It doesn't take away from the fact that black men are emotionally tied to look at our women like the Monas of the world, like the Bella Rings of the world, like the Chantels of the world or whatever. We are emotionally tied to look at our women like that. We are emotionally tied and taught to look at our mothers like that. Reference one of my last live streams talking about Queen Mother. We are tied. We are groomed to have that kind of attachment. And it's not only the actual teaching and learning from the mother-led house, it's in us biologically. It's our innate pull. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but I just wanted to clarify that. Yes, today there are outliers. And let me tell you something, black men, Cooley, we're some of the most hopeful creatures on the planet. How did you think you got a whole genre of music based on black men being hopeful? I'm talking about the R&B movement. I'm talking about the movement from the 1960s through the simp era of the 80s and 90s R&B. You don't get that you don't get a Lenny Williams, a Donny Hathaway. You don't get a Marvin Gaye. You don't get those brothers singing the songs that they sing if we weren't hopeful, romantic, and had a profound, compassion for our women. You don't get those. You don't get the baby faces of the world talking about, "I'll pay your rent, car note and everything else. I'll buy you a mountain in the sky." You don't get all of that. You don't get LL Cool J, who's a rapper. You don't get LL Cool J going, "When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. In the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. And in the first time in my life, you don't get that if the men weren't hopeful. You don't get Slick Rick, a rapper, "Teenage Love, Don't Hurt Me Again." You don't get that. Black men are the most hopeful creatures out here, despite what we have to choose from and what we may end up having to accept or make the decision to accept.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
once again with the $10 super sticker, Messy Michonne, my home girl. Messy Michonne, her streams are like my guilty pleasure. They're fastly becoming, her streams are fastly becoming. Look, I don't should I admit this? So due to not fault of my own, 100 years ago, I was arrested. And I had to spend 7 days in the county jail. And I'm telling you, men love soap operas more than women. I learned that in the county jail. There was almost a daily fight to watch The Young and the Restless. So because of that little stint, I'm like a Young and the Restless fanatic because, you know, we like the soap opera, like the drama. And Messy Michonne's, what she do over there, even though it's high energy, high octane, high frustrating, you know, it's a little bit, it's a little drama, it's a little Young and the Restless over there, but with a purpose. So she's vastly becoming my replacement to the Young and the Restless. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, did I hit it? Okay, here we go.
When I'm on TikTok looking for videos to react to, I have never in my life seen so many Black women say some of the most hateful things I have ever heard in my life when it comes to Black men. Now, on the flip side, I don't see a lot of Black men saying hateful things about Black women. And the reason why is because it's not going to be tolerated on no platform. Any platform where Black men say hateful, misogynistic things about women, they basically will get rid of it. Sonny D said, "You scaring me." Why am I scaring you? When I say coming with the sword, I'm talking about metaphorically, not talking about violence. Talking, okay? This is also why many of us can remember having homeboys that would go out into the street. They would be bullies, they would be thugs, they would be criminals, they would be all types of things, but they were terrified of their mama. Nature said it in a song. He said, "Tattoo a dead man's name on my arm." There was a thug to the street, but still afraid of his mom. In our community, mothers, Black women have always been held in a high regard. So when these women get up here and say that Black men are disrespectful, that Black men don't protect them, that Black men do this and Black men do that, they are fucking lying.
Let me see. Hold on. Something went wrong. Hold on a second.
It is a bold-faced lie. Done for the purposes of creating a smokescreen around the behavior that they are engaged in that has caused so many problems.
So we're going to end it right there for today. We're going to pick this up tomorrow. This is a nice introduction because I wanted to sit there and I wanted to show you from the beginning. Normally when you do a clip, you don't really start at the beginning, but I had to lay out for what we're going to do tomorrow and on Monday in the afternoon regarding, hold on a second, and trying to answer the question, do black men have a decision to make? I wanted you to see the beginning, the trepidation, the uneasiness, the awkwardness, the uncomfortableness of a guy like AngryMan, who we all know don't present himself that way. And just how profound of a question, of an idea, of a thought, of maybe an action to even suggest or think or have or contemplate. Is it time for black men to walk away? We're going to pick this up tomorrow. Real quick, y'all. Remember, I'm on a push to 5K subs. I'm at 4,300. I need, what's that? I can't do math. I know I got a degree, but I can't, it's not a math degree. So 43, 5, you add 5 to that. That's 8. No, so I need 700. I'm on a push to that. Also, next week, don't forget, next week on our long form stream in the evening, we're going to start this journey of examining, you know, the birth and death of the black family. But until tomorrow at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock tomorrow in the evening. That's Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern. All right. Tomorrow, part 2. Black men, do we have a decision to make? Reaction to AngryMan. We'll pick it up right from there.
That's that baby. That's that baby right there, man. And when it all fall down, forward, see forward, no longer. Some folks talk value about statue. When I see I have more value, we come in peace, get some peace. The process of justice, pour it out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a cold, mama gon' raise no fools. Now I be doggone it, time to change some rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down on bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched. So when we speak up and say we doing too much, and if you say that, you don't get what this about. We have to go a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Give us a book, so we in the societal area. Systems are hating, let's throw the book now. We just been saying it's not against us. Catch it on tape, what's loud in the book. So what's finna happen now before I'm on the table? Tired of the lies and the tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given the turn, and we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we yearn. So let's talk about it. 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 Midwest living, making